Today we answered the age-old question. What came first? The Kara or the crypto? Also at the same time we decided if Sam should stay a Naxalite or not. I feel like she should have. It is literally because of that Gulshan Devaya character. Well, she would have made an amazing Naxalite. And here to ruin more about the films which came in June.
Hi everyone. Welcome to another episode of
The show that I shall never take the name of.
too hoity-toity to take the name of our show. So welcome to Chronically Online with
Kirat with a K. And Kaundinya
Dead
with
Panda.
a C. Q. Dead Panda. Wow.
Dying Panda. The corpse of that panda on your head. I have to see it.
I mean.
Anyway, what? We're at the end of June.
Yeah.
It's been a busy month. It's been a busy month. So this end of the month, Gandhi and I are filing for bankruptcy.
I declare bankruptcy!
We spent all of June in the movies.
I think we saw a lot of films. Like individually also you've seen a couple of films.
Individually also. Like overall, of course, we've had
And I'm already weeping that I have not seen the movies, all of them, which I wanted to see.
And I have come like with more recommendations. I think we should just like count it out. Yeah, okay. We saw Obsession.
Obsession was the first one.
I also went like to my hometown, saw it and showed it to my parents. And after watching the film, my parents are like, "Is this the kind of movies you watch?" And I'm like, "No."
Is this why you're like this?
She's like,
do you believe in magic? That is the first condescending thing.
and I think it's really sad when through a horror film you've panicked and when you ask your mom, "Mom, you found it scary?" Mother's just sitting, she's like, "No." And then you realize what a fattu you are compared to your parents. Anyway, Obsession.
Obsession. I think the next thing we immediately saw was Sam's movie.
Yeah, which I like to call the Samantha housewife spy film. But it has an actual name. The
MAA INTI BANGARAM.
MAA INTI BANGARAM.
Yeah,
So
yeah. I love it. Google it. Why should we tell you?
Shut up.
Do your homework. The guy used to make Hindi movies till yesterday. You can't do this much for him or what?
Rajniti
Yeah.
movie. That's creator, producer.
And that's all.
Then I saw Main Wapas Aunga,
Which is basically Khuda Gawa cross.
you cannot take any of this seriously.
Khuda Gawa cross Razi cross.
Wrong. This is all wrong. This is what you get from people
What is
who
the
don't
other
watch
movie
the.
which I was talking about?
I don't know.
Cross Sitaramam.
See the closest, I think. No, it doesn't come close to
And
Please Zara.
Naziruddin Shah and his yawning bottom eyes for Sharwari.
This just makes it sound really weird and it's an unbelievable movie and everyone's cried in the theatres and I'm gonna obviously punch in my co-host into going and watching that movie as soon as all of this is done.
Yeah. One episode we did activism, now we are force pushing. Now we are pill pushing straight love.
What activism? Oh, the thing. I thought.
See, forgot also.
No, I thought you were talking about.
So why do you think Chronically Online make Q and Ally somewhere else altogether? Because chronically I have to be here so that this woman stays Q ally. Like,
Canonically say you love gay people on the podcast. I'll agree with everything that you're saying. Say it. Say it. No, say not
I
yourself.
like the gays,
Wrong.
but I don't like gay people. It's too played out.
So
when your
basically-
own kind nauseates you.
So basically,
This can't go out.
a homophobe and a nice.
Have you met gays? You
and
turn
a
homophobic.
I know you.
I go out with my gay friends and I'm like, maybe we should repeal the rights. Maybe we don't get
No,
married.
we're not doing this. And saving the biggest for last. We saw Supergirl yesterday. Da, 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 da.
The fact that I don't have posters here
Is a tragedy.
is a tragedy.
We must rectify.
And I will do anything for crypto. Let's start there.
Let's start there. We have a crypto style dog. Can you just pull that little? This is the closest we could
Get into cryptos.
get to crypto. We don't have this. It's so cute.
It also looks like the person who will...
It definitely looks like the small baby version of crypto that they showed. The one that comes running to Kara and so she adopts it.
Oh my God. A movie about a girl and her dog and so much critique is going on. Okay, so last year Superman came. This year Supergirl
We
came.
did an episode on Superman as well, which we uploaded like 2 weeks back because we're so fashionably late to things.
So we were like, okay, we'll finally catch you up. And then we saw Supergirl.
He was really excited. He was really, really excited. We did like IMAX and everything. See, we just saw Superman, okay?
Yeah.
And then Supergirl. Isn't it all like in the same family? Isn't it kind of like making the same movies twice?
It's almost like saying Tyrion and Cersei are in the same family. Why are they not alike?
Valid?
I don't think it's a direct comparison, but it's similar. Because whenever you see Superman, you see hope. And when you see Supergirl,
I was not getting hope from her. I was not getting hope from her. I was like, why is she kind of like a drunker John Winchester?
Yeah,
She be always drunk.
she be always drunk because she has seen her people die. It is also kind of sad though to see, like that is what, right? Like how we talked about in the last episode. If it has to be about a woman or a gay person, it has to be a tragedy. Superman like, oh my god, bacha sent on to earth. Kent parents. Oh, lulu. Supergirl, like teri maa mar gayi, tera baap mar gaya, tu nikal. Like that is what.
No, that she had a traumatic start.
Yeah.
It's what it's
Start?
So,
The start, middle, and the ending. I don't know how many of you guys have watched the film. I don't want to trash talk the film just yet.
that's my job.
Yeah, obviously. Misogynist. Internalized misogynist. Superman ke liye jo phar rahe, like jhande.
It's not like that. It's not like that. I think superhero movies are a little touch and go in my opinion. The more sentimental they are, the more I find them to be similar to the kind
Says
of
the
movies
woman
I
before
usually...
going to May vapas aunga, like, itna rona main.
No. Sentimental and like crying is like two different things. This is not important. This is not your... We'll do another episode where you can roast me to your heart's content. This is not the point. But like you were super excited about
because
Supergirl.
see, one crypto really had a place in our hearts when we saw Superman, and at the same time the little glimpse of Kara which they gave was also extremely fun. Like you see one extremely responsible cousin and then the other one is just jumping sons to get drunk. So the dichotomy was fun for me, and then there was an entire year before the movie released, so I was like, okay, let me get into the comics.
You got hyped.
Yeah.
You got self-hyped. Like nobody had to hype him up.
Yeah, because it was based on the comic book series, like how Superman
it was like
based
living
off.
with the PR manager of James Gunn.
Yeah.
Continue. That's what you've done the whole year.
James Gunn, hire me.
Yeah.
India ko jeetenge. Basically, what happens is the comic book series is called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow.
Okay.
So in this movie also the child brings up with
like,
Kara, right?
why are
Like,
you not Superwoman?
yeah, if she is Superman, why are you the girl? It immediately makes complete sense that they call the movie was also called Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, and then they later changed it Supergirl.
Oh, just that.
Yeah, because Woman of Tomorrow, it's basically the entire journey, right? In the comics, Kara like has a terrible start. She goes through like what is the Krypton was dying, and then her uncle sends Kal away to conquer the worlds.
Kal is Superman.
Yeah, Superman. Like that little bit video which ruined the plot in Superman. Remember?
Just the little intro thing, right?
No, the video of Bradley Cooper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, where like go Kal, conquer the world.
And he used to love that
Take
video.
babies.
And he used to love it until it started giving him PTSD because they're so bad.
It's like, see, that is why it's sometimes subtitles.
Yeah.
Krypton was so forward in there, that thing. For what joy? They got
didn't even
extinct and their language doesn't have subtitles.
And that's why their son doesn't know what they're talking about. That was bad.
And the cutest thing for this was when Clark opens Kara's that box and she's talking to him in Superman language.
And he's like,
I don't know. I'm sorry.
I don't speak this.
She hugs that damn dog and she comes to this planet. I do understand that. Once you have enough dogs and cats.
Yeah, then you understand why. I mean, this is just John Wick, but in the super...
That is what people were calling it also, like John Wick almost. One of those Mad Max movies also had the same plot of brides being...
kidnapped and then somebody
and
has
then people,
to...
coming and
So first of all, when that whole, they were like, because that is an all-male species, the brigands, so they cannot reproduce, so they're kidnapping women, brides from other planets. I'm like, is this Haryana?
Yeah.
Because what's with the gender sex rate, like the sex ratio of this particular
and
country?
Immediately I'm like, why is this like 10 Indian movies, instead of a hero, there is a heroine?
No, it
Human
definitely.
trafficking is a celebrated topic in our film industry.
No, but I think that's because when they take like the issue of trafficking, but they make a man the hero, it's kind of to tug at people's heartstrings and to make the man look like the savior.
Yeah.
Whereas when you do this with a female protagonist, right, it's essentially
It's like
to
she's
be like,
just saving her kin. What is
she's
that?
saving her kin.
Yeah.
They're like, this is women's studies.
Yeah.
This is women's issues. Which is why it's like Superman has to save the world, but she's got to save women.
Yeah.
It's a little bit like the kiddie table of superhero movies. That's a slight gendered issue with, I'm not going to say this movie.
Yeah.
In general, like this has also been a slight plot. I saw this as a plot point in Tiger, and this was a plot point in, I think
The movie that I keep telling you about, Rakhi.
Yeah,
The NTR's movie, yeah.
No, but I'm talking about when the women are essentially enlisted to save the
Yeah.
women only. This is something that I think as collective consciousness goes up thoda sa, they're going to be like,
Yeah,
we don't
regardless
need
of-
women to just save women. They can show them saving people. I think people feel like if they show a woman saving men also, men
They
will
already
feel attached,
think that the woman is a
emasculated.
man.
No, they'll feel like the men will feel emasculated if they show a woman saving a truckload of men.
I mean, we've seen those Fox News things about Supergirl.
Oh yeah, in our Infinite Wisdom, we are like, little research we'll do, okay? Because we just saw the movie yesterday.
Yeah.
So we are like, let's catch up to what people are saying about it. And we came across a little Fox News video, which it's my fault for clicking on it, honest to fucking God. And they are like, it's woke. I'm like, where?
They are no. Superman ke time pe these idiots did not notice that the movie was like you
Very
can't take liberalism out of that movie.
anti-colonialism.
Yeah, anti-colonialism, anti-MAGA kind of. Extremely anti-MAGA the movie was. But they were, oh my God, white Superman, white supremacy, and they were doing all of that shit. And then they realized it's the most liberalist thing that they can swallow, and they went full 360.
They went 360 on that.
And they were like, this work, Superman is not going to work. And they're like, see, they also don't do their background work.
No,
They're lazy.
I think for running a newsroom, they're terrible journalists and they don't research enough.
They're like,
and
immediately
they get a-
Supergirl is there. Okay, same makers, woke. We'll just put woke. She looks little bit manny enough bi. I
So
don't
she
think
kind
at
of-
any point she mentions that she's bi.
She mentioned it in like an interview
She
or
does?
something. Yes,
Oh.
the actress MILLY ALCOCK.
MILLY ALCOCK.
MILLY ALCOCK
Yeah.
mentioned it in a. I'm not a big House of the Dragon fan, so I don't know MILLY
Oh,
ALCOCK.
in that, she's definitely all kinds of bi. So.
No, I'm saying that I don't know. I didn't know the actor's name, but she mentioned somewhere. But it's so weird to latch on to a sentence told in an interview, in a press meet about the show. About the movie. Instead of just watching the movie, you will find things to criticize in a film as well, but they're literally latching on to what the actor said.
It is also as simple as usko kya bolte hai, like you are latching on to the hate of this because you feel like you're hating an entire sector by hating this without even seeing a single scene of the film.
But that's what is bad faith journalism at its
Yeah.
very core. That is like you've decided you don't like a certain universe. Now you're just fishing for reasons why you don't like it.
And they're also at the same time trying to trash talk the film because she is also jumping like a man, she's also fighting like a man. Instead
yeah,
of that
there was
person, I'm telling you this close, he was like, why did they not make a Superboy instead of Supergirl? I think it was going to come out of his mouth at some point.
I think this whole thing was a little bit reminiscent of when they made Brie Larson Captain
Yeah,
Marvel.
Marvel.
And they were like, we don't. I think there was, again, people are trying to not say the thing that they want to say. That is, Captain Marvel shouldn't be a woman.
Yeah.
Instead, they are like, did we need a Captain Marvel movie? And I think people also, because I think Brie Larson has a very dispassionate face, which is very important,
Yeah.
I think, for that character. They said that she didn't come across emotional enough and that she did not come across. She came across very stoic, and in fact, she's the leader of everyone.
And they did the same shit with the Silver Lady in Fantastic Four also, the new one.
Silver Surfer?
Silver Surfer.
Yeah.
Julia Garner played that, okay? And like,
And she's big. She's
and
huge.
she's good at what she does. In that entire Silver thing also, she emoted. She's supposed to be the people who, like, she goes and she goes and makes Galactus eats races so that her people are spared.
Yeah.
And that is what she does. So it's like a very grey character. I mean, like her skin color. But
Yeah.
it's a very, but they still manage. And people had a problem with her just being a woman. That's all. That is the only problem.
So the thing is, women, it's a little difficult for women, I think, in the superhero universe, because either you'll wind up in the Natasha Romanoff style
Yeah.
of depiction of Marvel, where it is like you're the what do you say? You're the visual
Yeah.
of the like calling someone the visual of Cat's Eye. She's the visual of the Avengers, and you essentially have to look a little sexy for everybody else to be able to do superhero shit.
And remember, Yelena makes fun of Natasha. You know Yelena.
Ah, yeah, I know. The Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts all
girl,
Yelena.
yeah.
She makes fun of Natasha. Like, how do you always land like this? In this position. Ow, and she does that.
Ugh, that was disgusting.
Yeah.
No, what's it called?
Which one?
Black Widow.
Black Widow. Either you have characterizations like that, which aren't very flattering, but it's like a necessary evil for
It's
women.
like trauma, hot chick fights men.
Yeah. So they love this storyline. They think this is what women do with
And
trauma.
the way Supergirl is also basically that only. It's like catfishing us into saying trauma, hot chick fighting men. But it is not.
But it is not hot chick fighting men. So now this sort of a very conservative outlet was like, she's not feminine enough. And they're like, she should have led with the power of seduction. I am like...
Is there a power of seduction? Feminine charms, what are they against?
Feminine charms. They seem to have mistaken her for Aishwarya Rai from The Mistress with Spices.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's not going to lie back to be able to vanquish her enemies.
I don't think there is a seductress superhero, right? Like at least in... Catwoman.
Dude, okay, so this isn't superhero, but like the Bond girls are all seductive. And then there's Catwoman.
Charlie's Angels
Catwoman is seductive. Charlie's Angels is seductive. Although I have to say, Charlie's Angels have raised so many girls, myself included, that I don't know if I'll be able to criticize it. That's a bias.
Yeah.
The original Cameron Diaz, Drew Barrymore, Lucy Liu one is a bias.
I saw the only reason because Ariana Grande made the song Don't Call Me Angel. I saw the Kristen Stewart one also.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was fun.
It's tough.
Because they also had Charles Xavier guy play Charlie. Yeah.
Okay.
And it was fun for me to watch Patrick Swayze do that.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, this is making me interested in part 2, and I thought I never would be.
And I don't think they're making it though.
No, this is part 2 as in the remake.
The remake. The remake was fun only because of the music.
Yeah.
And in this also, right? Like they were trying so bad to put down Supergirl. See, movie. They would have gone so far with the plot because
I know you
I
were
went
also
through
like
the comics.
potential is there.
There is so much. Because I knew the story. That is why I was way more excited. There's so much potential in the story because this woman, who entire a city was trying to save itself, and then they start ruining their lives because of whatever they did. Like this parallel also, what James Gunn tried to create with this universe is fun. Like in general, like all the old Superman movies. The sun is supposed to cause some sort of radiation and Krypton bursts and they all die. But in this, they're like, the core is corrupted. The core is corrupted, almost like in the MCU thing. In the Superman also, they were saying that they close the loop in this movie. That it's because of their interaction with the nature that they blast off their planet because the core is unstable.
I like how DC is unwilling to move on from, like, please wake up to climate change.
Yeah.
Like propaganda, necessary propaganda.
Yeah, why though?
I mean, this is where we're going to wind up.
And the dichotomy also, right? They are on two different ends, Clark and Kara. The thing is,
Clark has a much more hopeful, optimistic reasons to save
obviously,
anyone.
when you grow up in a bucktooth southern village with buffaloes,
you're probably going to think life is very nice.
Yeah, you think everything is nice. But Kara, on the other hand, born in a city after your world is destroyed.
And your city is the size of one snow globe, okay? It's like one I think the flat earthers will have a field day with this because they're going to be like, it can look like this.
I think because Fox News did not see this clip yet. They're like, Supergirl to hamari hai.
They will see, so a lot of the depictions of, have you seen the flat earthers, the kind of diagrams they make for what Earth really looks like?
Yeah.
It looks like that city.
Yeah, it's like that only, Argo City.
Argo City.
Yeah. So she grew up in that Argo City. One, with her parents getting sicker by the minute. Her mother dies.
Why didn't she get sick?
She was young, no, she was not in. It was also your bodily reaction. It was like COVID almost. It was not contagious.
Like slow.
Oh, sorry, COVID was contagious. My apologies.
Yeah.
It was not airborne like COVID or something. It is because it was the core of their earth and whatever remnants were left, the toxins reacting with people who were there.
Yeah.
So probably it depends on like they were like almost 70% people are done and you're the only hope, you have to leave. So Superman's father sends him so that, okay, Krypton is dying, but let us have our child populate and create a new Krypton. That was their plan. Conqueror of the world. But Kara's father
has been sent for survival. She's like, you can't survive here. You must go somewhere else.
And she's like, this really broke my heart, okay? She's like, if you and mother are going to die and everything I know is going to die, so it's just going to be me. I might as well be buried with you guys. Why would I just go be alone? And you understand why Krypton is so important to her, because mother dies, mother's funeral before father sends off is where she meets Crypto.
Yeah.
Like exactly on her mother's grave is where she meets Crypto. And that little poor girl. She was born after 8 years and she was some 20 something, no? Or she was a teenage girl.
She was a teenager when she was sort of banished for her own survival.
Yeah. And the person, like it was a tearful goodbye sending Kara because it's a grown ass child, right? Clark has no idea what Krypton was like. Clark, he wants to be
baby.
Yeah, he wants to be human so bad because humans is all he knows. But Kara on the other side saw her people,
and she
saw the glory, saw the downfall, saw her own family die, and now she's just alone in the universe.
It's kind of wild to expect, given that this is canonical comic book story. It's kind of wild for anyone to expect the Superman universe itself to be anything other than woke, because this is the life of immigrants. This is the life that any person, whether they've come from a poor or a rich background but go to another country for better prospects, they will identify with something like this. Not this dire, but there are people who've come from dire situations also.
And the mentalities also, right? People who come like that, obviously it's the same polarity, right?
Yeah.
Some people are like, okay, fresh starting. We'll
Very
go with the
hopeful,
fresh start.
very golden boy energy.
Yeah, and on the other side, people like Kara are like, everything I know is done.
Yeah.
And I don't think I have the energy to start anew again. And for what joy should I? It's like I think our Julys and Junes keep on going in these depression movies. Remember we saw Thunderbolt last year? Around July, around June.
Definitely. I was getting a little bit, what do you call it? Burnt out, gifted child syndrome I was getting from Kara with her messy room. Hard represent with the Supergirl uniform.
It opens with Crypto pissing on Superman. What else is there?
A newspaper article while she's passed out in bed with her, like her uniform and all, etc., being on the floor. I think there's also a lot of aversion to her own power.
Yeah.
She's like, stop talking to me about my powers. I would like to be.
She's just too. I don't think disgusted is the word, but she's too burdened. Like what? Like while sending her is when she realizes she has powers because her father told the place you are going, you will have stronger abilities than this.
The Krypton isn't a yellow sun planet.
Krypton is a yellow sun planet. No. Krypton is a red sun planet, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Or even if it's a yellow sun planet, because all of them had the same powers. She's normal.
It's not a big deal for her.
Yeah. And she was born in Argo City. God knows they were not powered up.
Yeah.
Imagine you lost everybody. And then your dumb bimbo cousin is like, no hablo inglés to you in that thing with the dog. And oh my God, it was pretty. It was good.
So essentially, like the dog is the main lead because the dog's in both movies.
Yeah.
Even though Superman is in one but not the other.
But also Crypto does a lot more in Superman than in Supergirl.
In this movie, Crypto was taken out of the action too quickly for my liking.
Yeah, for our liking.
Yeah.
Also at the same time, like I do realize the plot was easy. It's like, okay, some goon trafficking girls. And then Supergirl goes and saves her.
It's a low-hanging fruit of a plot. I understand the people's criticism. I think what I would want to say is that I get it if people feel like this isn't a good enough movie for the character that it was.
Yeah, because the potential that I thought of
was huge.
Because what they do is the girl and Kara go planet to planet. Okay, they go planet to planet,
looking for
brigands' crimes. And you see that one place he's killed the entire planet and just left one child. He's that sadistic. Just left a child. Somewhere he took someone's mother.
Gabbar.
Somewhere he's done something else. They're also taking women to breed and all, but that's a different discussion altogether. And you don't see anything but that's what, right? Kara in the last, it only makes sense that she's like, don't kill him, you will regret it to the child because no amount of revenge is going to, like when she said no amount of revenge is going to give you any sort of that thing, it loses us as the audience because what have we seen Kara? Like we've only seen her endure, but what revenge has she taken?
No, because also just like no one was killed particularly, right? Like the planet underwent a slow decline, so it's not like they were under attack. But we can argue. I feel like those are details.
Yeah.
You know, this is a huge universe, so you can disagree with the details. I feel like the thing that is a little like I say, bad faith criticism. It's that you don't like somebody who's a little bit more like little conservative, but not like the idea of a woman as the leading superhero. Maybe you expect her to be Superman's sidekick.
Yeah.
Maybe you expect her to play second fiddle. Then you see a movie with her as the titular character, and all of a sudden, the gaps in the script become really important to you because it's important to pull the girl down.
Because this is as normal as any other that's what, right? Our editor Paddy told this just like any other superhero movie.
Yes,
because,
it is.
He has seen all of them almost. I have seen most of them. Like as long as it's a woman and has powers, I'll watch it. That is my general attitude towards this. But somehow Clark made it through because maybe he looks like a hunked up Pillsbury boy with a cute dog it's not even his. And a bald ass bitch who created a child from his DNA who's obsessed with him.
Yeah, that's his arch rival who's secretly in love with him.
Yeah.
Is that hatred rivalry? Who knows?
The OG hatred rivalry.
I think Superman was also a better film.
Yeah.
Maybe it also got and the same groups of whatever
And it hit-
criticized Superman because they didn't agree with the sort of the optics and the messaging of that movie also.
It hit all the bells and whistles for us. And it hit all the bad bells and whistles for them because it's
So
basically
it was popular across the board.
Yeah.
The haters and the lovers, everyone had something to say.
And it's also like you're rebooting an entire franchise. Like Superman is a
And
huge
it's
name.
it's like an origin movie, right?
Yeah, yeah.
It's very initial. This is like, you need a little lore to understand. So I get it if people don't like the movie, but it's very important to ask people why you don't like the movie. You don't like script, you don't like screenplay, something there.
And also there's a feminine charms when he told this. Okay? I have to tell you.
We're just discussing that Fox News talking point now. Okay, no one in the film has asked her to have a feminine charm.
Yeah.
This is just
I mean, there is an interaction with Lobo, Jason Momoa's character. It's like, I do the dates from the bar. That's what I call you. She says, like, it's like, there is so much potential of something to be there. But at the same time, what they did was, see, as a fan service sort of person, me watching the movie, every scene I'm like, this is exactly what Kara would do. And movies all over the place, this is exactly how Kara's story will be told. Yeah. Like that amount of, like I know the character, so I was like that.
Yeah.
I can understand how people will not feel like that. But also at the same time, what can only you ask from this movie? Since first frame to almost to the final end, this woman is drinking. This woman is trying to get drunk. If she is not getting drunk, she is getting poisoned. There is no middle ground. And there is a child.
I didn't hate that, by the way.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that characterization. It did remind me a little bit of how also little self-destructive Florence Pugh was in Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
So I didn't hate that. But see, I loved that characterization.
Yeah, because there was a narrative there.
Yeah.
And here you see that it's all just a mess. Until the last scene where she comes and meets Clark and she's like, maybe I'm ready to give Earth a chance, sort of a thing. They have an interaction. That is when, like it is like Supergirl, woman of tomorrow. She's gone from being that girl with so much trauma to someone who is willing to give a chance and find her people.
Her chance.
Like it opens with her saying, "What, Clark? I have no people on that video call." To I'm ready to embrace these people,
new people.
And she's going to live with him, and Crypto's already started to wreck him. Okay, in his house.
See, now you're just excited about them as people. It's
No,
like
I saw that. That was a scene.
No, but you want them to be like your neighbors or something. Like
Wouldn't you want Crypto around you? Wouldn't you want David Cornswet around you?
Elsie, listen, please don't exploit my weakness for good-looking men who are good at heart. Okay, it's been a really long time.
Like David Cornswet is good at heart. Clark, on the other hand, is the dumb bimbo I will date till death. Like, see, what feminine charms when he told, like now it is happening to me. Like it's happening live, guys. It's happening to me.
Why is it hitting you now?
Yeah,
It didn't affect you at all.
Entire movie, scene after scene, Kara is a disgrace. And that is why maybe people are also pissed.
100%.
That you don't, like, a woman can never win. A woman can never win.
Yeah.
And you always have to constantly either look pretty or do something perfect or manage something. This is one thing. No, yesterday while driving back also, I was thinking about this because I was driving back alone. I don't know what good that detail is to the audience. Why did I tell? Okay, I was driving back and I'm like, Black Widow, at least the famous ones that we know. Catwoman, seductive, powerful, never know true intentions. Black Widow, powerful, never know true intentions.
Also very sexy.
Sexy, not selective by choice. Like the character choice is not to be selective, but comics so sexy. Bas. Wanda, trauma. Agatha, trauma, narcissism. So many, off the top of my mind, any superhero character I can think of which is a woman, there is no winning. It's always a person who's putting 100%. Always a person with utmost skill, best in her that thing, and putting her 100% skill. It's not just a girl living her life.
So are you saying that if Kara's mediocrity is pissing people off because they think a woman should be at the top of her game in order to be able to have this much power?
And
I kind of felt that a little bit, that she's so mediocre. Like, she does have a fuck ton of power, but she's not interested in using it. Like, she kind of wants to stumble through life. And maybe there are people who are like, no, if you want to be a woman superhero, you have to be so much better. Like you need to have twice or thrice the amount of skill.
It's like the Barbie monologue.
Yeah,
again.
yeah, exactly. And
There
all
is
the
no winning.
monologues everywhere, like the Laura Dern monologue from Marriage Story, that you can't be, we can have deadbeat dads, but we can't have deadbeat moms.
mothers.
Fathers were expected to be silent and absent and unreliable.
So she
this
is
iconic scene,
she
I've
is
seen
like
it,
she's a deadbeat female superhero, whereas you can have deadbeat superheroes, you can have superheroes who are down on their luck. Like Deadpool is highly sarcastic and is kind of given up on life, etc. But you can accept that from men. Also because there are so many men in the superhero universe, you've got shades for everything.
Yeah,
But
you
you've got
have all
fewer-
sort of that
But you've got
thing.
fewer women as superheroes. So they're like, we still have you in a mold. I don't like it that every time the point comes back to misogyny, but why aren't you guys more creative?
Yeah, because-
hate on us for something else, no.
It's like, because it was on television, people are okay with WandaVision, okay? Like, how come
Oh, yeah,
the
yeah.
entire show is about this woman hopping through 60s, 70s, 80s?
Also, let's just make one thing very clear. WandaVision and Agatha's success is highly correlated with the rise of girls and gays ka power in deciding what are the shows they like to
Agatha
watch.
to 100% gays. Like,
yeah,
what
gays for
what do you mean that you have Patty Lupo?
And
Catherine Hahn,
Aubrey
and
Plaza.
Aubrey Plaza. Every single other person is like somewhat the other sort of female or lesbian icon, or gay icon. Patty Lupone was like a gay icon.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that woman play a nice character ever in my life. This was the first time.
So the thing is, fan service has also always existed.
Yeah.
But fan service these days more and more exists oriented towards, oh girls, what do you want to watch?
Yeah.
Oh gay people, what do you want to watch? Because they finally have spending
They're
time.
like, I am like, give us more mediocre female stories.
The moment gays could buy Netflix.
Yeah.
They are.
Give me more mediocre female stories. I'm fine with that. Compared to this perfectionist movies where, let's say tomorrow morning some girl just wants to do something in life. It should not feel like, okay, मेरे को सब कुछ perfectly or planly only have to do. Because if I fail, then probably 10 other girls around me will not get the chance. Why do we always end up in the same discussion regardless of who we are talking
Which
about?
movie we're talking about? It's unfortunate. We want to create a very diverse podcast.
There is no winning. And like entire movie, so you see this woman trying to just grasp into some sort of sobriety. And it's like I do feel like people are approaching this movie from the point of view of Superman. But I don't think that is how you should approach it.
No,
you should approach it from the point of view of Peacemaker in the same universe. Because it's like episode ke baad episode, are they alive? Is the main question.
Yeah.
And Kara also till now it is like Zinda hai, kutta theek hai. That's all. I do feel like this keeps happening. No, like this a female story needs to be told. It has to be perfect. It either has to play into superpowers, but irresponsible.
See, it's not all misogyny. I understand that the character is a mess, but people's expectation that the screenplay shouldn't be a mess is not a wrong expectation.
Yeah.
I understand that, but I think we
as a
should...
person who was known the comic story, the potential, it hurts me.
It hurts you. So,
Like they randomly, they don't go and kill, okay? They roam around almost 1,000 worlds and see all the crimes. Some places Kara doesn't let the child read the records because she is just too traumatized as to what happened
from
there.
what happened. So all of these things, if you do it better, if you depict it better, I feel like the audience
Yeah.
is also on your side
I think
a
I'm going to
little.
buy the damn comic and read it.
This is happening.
Imagine you forced me into reading something.
I haven't been able to do that in 4 years. Good
Yeah.
job. Imagine a movie falling short of its potential so
Yeah.
hard that you take up reading. You dyslexic motherfucker.
I mean, the polarity of the movies that we watched in the same month, right? We saw the Sam's movie, MAA INTI BANGARAM. There, she's not allowed to be mediocre. Like the day is saved because she's powerful.
I think now that we've switched medias,
Yeah.
let's come to Samantha Ruth Prabhu's MAA INTI Bangaram, which is also what I like to call, for Hindi-speaking audiences who can't pronounce this, Samantha Spy Housewife movie. Okay, she's not-
Samantha saying, leave me alone for fuck's sake movie.
See, the thing
She
is
says that to
movie is
everybody.
it's a very classic story. So obviously she's not going to be mediocre. Also, little fun fact, because one of the creators of this movie is Rajnidhi Moru.
Main creator, there is no one of the...
Main creator. So he is part of the iconic duo Raj and DK, who also make movies and shows for the Hindi-speaking
Yeah.
audiences. So they had a bunch of movies. They are also the original creators of Stree. So people know it.
The Three Wars.
So
It started Maddock Wars.
which started Maddock was. But no, Maddock has been making movies before, but then the whole horror universe started from this. And they wanted to do a Heartland folk
That is what
story.
Maddock Wars.
Maddock was. Okay, the
Hamara MCU.
Hamara MCU. So I think they are a little, they have a lot of affection for the
Yeah.
idea of somebody who has been, when they don't have any support, like they don't have a family, etc. So they're a part of a militant group
Yeah.
of sorts, okay? And the group claims to do the right thing while secretly the wrong thing is happening. And our lead will be like a henchman or henchwoman
Yeah.
in those groups, and they just follow orders without question. Like a la, Castiel and Supernatural, they just follow orders without question. And then one day they start asking questions. Are we doing the right thing? Are we killing bad people for real? Are we just doing it for money and for corruption and all? And once they start asking those questions, the group turns on them.
Yeah.
And they decide to leave that because their true dream is to have a life of domesticity. Am I telling the plot of MAA INTI BANGARAM, or am I telling the plot of A Gentleman? Because it's the exact same plot. They love this story.
Yeah, because you throw Samantha in it, it's more cuter.
So it was cute too.
And you want her to kick some ass.
You want her to kick some ass.
And I will scream this forever and ever. Mass, nobody else does better than Telugu movies. Because your most famous Massy movies are our remakes. Tamil ones are also our remakes. Wanted.
Those are not called mass movies.
Oh,
like,
tell.
not in my opinion.
Tell what is a mass movie.
Shah Rukh Khan movies are mass movies. Om Shanti Om is a mass movie.
Om Shanti
Pathaan
Om is a
yeah. Okay, when
Pathaan
you
is
say
a mass
when
movie.
you say, okay, so there's two different categories of mass, just to give him a little crash course. The Salman Khan mass movies, and then there is other people mass movies.
Define what a mass movie
So
is.
there are two different kinds of mass movies. The Salman Khan, actually there's multiple kinds. Why am I doing this? The Salman Khan kind, the Shah Rukh Khan kind, there's Akshay Kumar kind.
That's not helping.
Okay, whatever. The Salman Khan kinds are the kinds which are actually, a lot of them are remade from South movies.
Huh.
Okay, but the Shah Rukh Khan kinds have I'll tell you what, they have like 60-70% plot is happening. Good amount of story is happening. Good amount of roles,
Like
characters
if it's
are
not
given.
family drama or love drama, explain what a Shah Rukh Khan mass movie to me is.
Like Om Shanti Om is a reincarnation drama. It's a
But it's not a mass movie, it's a reincarnation drama. It's a
no,
fantasy.
but see, when you say mass, it just means like a large number of people have to like it and it has to seep into popular culture.
Pathaan
which
and
it does.
Jawan both are mass movies. I'll give you. Om Shanti Om on the other side is a fantasy.
No, it's a mass movie simply because almost all of India has seen it and it is in popular parlance and they like it and they refer to the movie. Om Shanti was a highly referenced movie, highly memed movie.
Well, you are just making one genre.
No,
or the other.
no. I'm not making like
Mass, matlab, I will tell you the definition of mass.
That's your definition.
I mean, that is the half of the country's definition.
I know you might think like these pan-India movies or like Bahubali, etc.
That's not mass.
I understand, but I think
Yeah.
to me, I wouldn't just call the lowest common denominator movies as mass movies.
I'm not saying most. It's like mass movies are the ones which are like commercial elements are the more important one than the probably let's say character
This
arc or something. Yeah, so Om Shanti Om is a very character arc based movie.
I think in my mind, I also feel like a large number of masses having seen a movie with a significant amount of plot also classifies as a mass movie for me. But coming back to this, I don't think I've seen Samantha do action.
Yeah.
Actually, she's done action in Family Man season 2, where she also plays a villain.
And this
also
is
a bit of a Naxalite.
Yeah. I think Sam likes just being a Naxalite
No,
somewhere.
like
or the
something.
other.
It is a militant group, and actually, she's undergone a high amount of trauma,
Yeah.
which is why then this is becoming a sort of a terrorist.
It almost feels like a what if scenario of that character.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like a darker exploration of what would have happened to Swarna's character if she hadn't been with. Weirdly, so now we're doing plot, okay, guys.
Yeah.
Like if you haven't seen the.
Okay, katte kotte teche. I'll tell you in 3 lines. Girl, love marriage, separated from the family because boy's family don't want to marry the girl.
Did not want like the girl.
Yeah, they did not like the girl. Second, suddenly appears, tries to appease the family, blah blah blah, and the husband. Third, realizes that she has an Naxalite past.
Family and the husband.
And family and the husband, they react to it surprisingly well when her past tries to come back and bite her in the ass. That's all. That's the movie.
Yeah, that is.
That is as simple as it is. Very simple movie, right? That is where characters, characterizations, and every small movement matters. And that is where we enjoy movies, where it is not extremely plot heavy.
I think it helps when the lead is so fetching and so captivating and so fucking good at what she is doing that you can't help but be bought into the narrative.
It is also that thing that you don't see in Bollywood movies enough, right?
Yeah, you don't.
Girls kicking ass without their tits out.
Actually,
because an Arundhati really blew your mind.
oh, it kind of did.
And we had Arundhati type movies in black and white movies only, but you at least saw the colored one and you were like, eh.
So we don't have enough of them kicking ass in like a domestic setting when they're not out full-blown spies, because you've got stuff like Zoya and now you've got like Alpha, etc. coming
But
up.
she's not a spy in this, is she?
She's not a spy. She's like an ex-comrade.
Yeah.
Okay. She's
Naxalite. Oh my god, when it was, like, I mean, I like the movie, this is great, but there's a movie called Virata Parvam, okay, with Sai Pallavi and Rana. It's really set in that core Naxalite situation. That is an amazing watch. How come you like? I remember in the last episode, cue the footage. I told I don't like where there's love story in every movie.
The sheer numbers that exist of love stories and the number of straight love stories in almost everything. Even in an action film, there's a love story.
Yeah.
Even in a cop film, there's a love story.
That is my major problem though. Why should it be there? No, these are the movies where that love story is the only. Usko kya bolte hain?
Lighter spot in a very, very dark storyline.
She never sees him, by the way.
Oh, that's so rough.
I just don't want to spoil the plot for you because
And
it's an
yet you-
amazing film. Obviously, not a commercial hit, but a huge critique hit. And in this also, Gulshan Devaya kills. Like when you
So
say
Gulshan Devaya plays
Naxalite,
the bad guy.
Yeah.
He plays the bad guy leader of the group that essentially she's kind of an orphan. She's been getting kicked around in life, and since she's a girl, all
and
the
preyed upon everywhere.
that's what I'm saying. Since she's a girl, everywhere she goes, she's just looking for a job, etc. But these men are looking at her in a really lecherous way, which I'm insofar I was like, okay, her ladki ki kahani. That's where I was. And then the kahani switches a little where she joins this rebel group. Okay,
Yeah.
so they live in the jungles, and Gulshan Devaya, who plays Karuna, is their leader, and she's very. She's being favored by
Yeah.
him because he's like, I see potential in you. So little.
Like what happens with her family, how she tries to fetch the family's affections, all of that. Great. That is not what we're here to discuss.
We can dismiss it because it's like we see women as
Yeah.
housewives like in movies all the time. But it's so sweet that for her, that's the life she actively wants. That's an aspiration because she does
Yeah.
not want to be a person without attachments anymore. She does not want to be a person without affection. She wants
What
people...
without she never had it. So when she finds it, she's like, that is what she tells. Like, I never anticipated to get a great family like this. So I went about with my life without any stakes. But now that I have this family and my past is coming and biting me in the ass.
Now I have to protect them also, and I have to protect what I have also.
Like any semblance of her being is because of Ani, the husband.
The husband.
Yeah. Digant plays an amazing husband.
First of all, he looks like Superman, okay?
Yeah.
What a weird circle, but he looks
He
like
looks like Superman and my grandfather at the same time.
Okay, that's so weird. I also love how when you've got male-led movies,
Yeah.
women have these like weird 5-10 minute roles, and the 5-10 minute roles, unfortunately, because of misogyny, they never characterize them properly, and they're always like too sex object job.
It is exactly like, while watching the movie, I was like, her husband is basically the ditz.
Yeah, no, but the thing is, the male ditz is shown so endearingly
Yeah.
in female-led movies. He's a doctor. Okay, the whole village relies on him. He is too good to even be in politics. He is like, my heart is too pure to be in politics. So he's not a politician.
And
at the end, he's like healing every family
It
member
feels
while
like-
she fights bad
it
guys.
feels like he is a doctor only so that she can kick ass.
but the thing
in
is,
the
he's
final
given so
climax
much-
ke scene ke liye, it feels like he's a doctor.
But he's been given so much respect in the screenplay because even when she's like this ex-militant and she hasn't told anyone, at the end when there's
Militant
like,
is what?
in the rebel group, yeah, like
I don't know what militant matlab. I thought military person.
No, not military person. Like
Militant is
a
someone
group,
who's
like
too willing to
the
kill.
skirmish
Okay.
groups and all mein jo rehte hain na, who are like we
Naxalite,
have
you
no
Maoist.
some little bit like that.
She was like that's what entire time.
There's no canonical reference to either the Naxal movement or anything. So that is why I'm like rebel cause.
Entire movie, whenever she's fighting someone, people make sure they call her Akka, which is like a very Naxalite Maoist thing in my state and Telugu states. It's like
So I didn't know.
when I was watching it with other set of group of friends for the first time, and then she starts narrating and Naxalite shit doesn't start. I'm like, is she really? And I was telling my sister like, Akka, I am telling you, she's either a. There is no other. My mind went directly to Naxalite.
No, that's what it is, but they don't want to canonically reference it for, I'm sure, reasons. But even at the end when she is like, okay, so I'm ex-rebel and now my old leader, he wants me back in the group and he wants an apology for leaving the group, yada yada.
And the way
putting
how
me
it happened
putting me in
also.
prison, the hero guy, her husband guy, is given enough respect to be like, I'm gonna help you out. Even though I'm angry with you for hiding this. First of all, the actor's name is Digant, right? Digant. He gets to be like angry with her. He gets to be upset with her.
And
It's not like I'm just forgiving you blanket, even though you've been lying to me.
Priorities in a relationship. Now this, as a normal, I was going to trash saying if this was a straight movie, like it was a lesbian movie. No, this is a straight movie.
This is a straight movie.
But if it was a normal mass movie, the way either she or him would have made an entire budget, this would have been half an hour arc in the movie. But he's like, priorities.
Exactly.
I'm still pissed off at you, but let us figure out the mass murder.
I think at that point he became the perfect husband in my eyes because he was like, we have more important things to do. I will be upset later. And you just know this man is such a sweetheart, he was not upset later. He was like, okay, you lied.
Yeah.
Fine. Who hasn't lied in a marriage, right? You tell white lies.
mean-
and the white lie is literally being an ex-rebel. He's like,
Yeah.
it's okay.
And also, like, I do feel like it was important to have those many women in the movie itself.
Yeah.
Yeah, like saas hai, saas ki saas hai, and there are nanads, there are bhabis. And all
Just
this.
women populating the
entire-
family, the screenplay.
Yeah, and every single time Sam instigates a fight because she's an Naxalite, she hides it well. And it keeps happening. And you see the director's smartness, right, in making a movie comedy. Like, compared to the plot, it's a serious movie. But the comedy comes out in the small things.
Because I feel like the movie isn't about the overarching plot like as much. Yes, sure, you know, she needs to hide who she really is. But I feel like that's also just like an excuse for Samantha to have wild action pieces.
Yeah.
Where she's kicked so much butt. And the whole metaphorical thing of like hitting people with household objects and the little, you know.
Yeah,
what
and
is-
the kadchi.
the kadchi and the little big frying spoon that, you know, people make all the frying things with and all those things. I think to show that just because women are relegated to home spaces, it's very wrong to then assume that they don't have power.
Yeah.
A lot of women, like in this case, I don't think Samantha knows much else. So obviously she's going to be a housewife. It's also important to remember in a more general social way that there are some women for whom the most right decision for their life will be to be a housewife.
Yeah.
Because they intend to have children or they intend to take care of either his family or her family. Being in the house makes sense to them. For their husband to go out and work and make money for that family makes sense to him. It is weird to then start disrespecting that woman over the years, being like, "Tu ghar pe karti kya hai?" Or फिर खाना बनाने में, what is the big challenge in cooking? Or what is the big challenge in taking care of kids?
Which
or
you
our
don't
parents?
see any male character do in this film.
No, which is why this movie is in a very weirdly different setting where it's like the women have a lot of power. Even like her friend, because of her enormous cooking power, she's such a major part of the screenplay because she needs to teach Samantha's character everything. Kiranmai for the win. Okay?
Yeah. And the way she has to tell everything to Kiranmai is also because
Yeah, because she keeps waking up at the wrong times in the plot.
this is what, right? The nazakat, for lack of any other English
Yeah.
word, the nazakat is what brings it all, right? There also she's telling, I did not kill him. And she's like, you killed him. And the comedy comes in that. And then when all the Naxalites come to the house and they all start picking up weapons, all the women.
They are
Yeah, and this
the women again. The weapons that they know is things that they use
are household things.
Use in the kitchen.
And in that also, I felt very seen. The second
I'm
bahu
sure.
who cooks so much, there also to make chili powder to throw in their rice, this bitch starts roasting it. And that was shown in the film.
You just know that that's what County is going to do anytime there's any
Like
problem.
the perfectionist
thief had-
angle of it. And also the mind games that Karuna character plays, right? And I do feel
I
like,
think that's a great villain characterization.
yeah,
Got
this
a
is how
little-
you make movies for women. Like you give the fun, you give the everything, and also at the same time you give a deep plot about how someone is mind fucking you
Yeah.
and almost trapping you in it.
First of all, the way to make movies for women is
Yeah.
to have really, no matter how serious the plot is, you can't show like people's fucking skin and head being blown off or
Yeah.
anyone getting assaulted on screen. You just can't. It's not okay. You're never going to get female audience that way because it's so traumatizing. I'm not going to say that you always only go to movies for a good time. No, you don't. Sometimes you go to movies to learn something. But for trauma to leave its impact, it doesn't have to be shown on screen. And I feel like rape scenes are just too titillating. And I don't feel like their intention is correct almost ever. So I don't like it. And I feel like even though Samantha movie was dealing with like the whole first half where they're showing that she was an orphan and she grew up, the man at the orphanage looks wrongly at the girls, she goes and works somewhere else, wahan ka person is looking wrong at the girl. You can say that they look badly at the girl, but don't show scenes of groping and all. Finished. You've lost the audience.
That
You've
is
lost
all-
a woman.
Yeah, that's what. At the same time, like the character also, and with what Sam's headspace is in
Yes.
there, it's giving girlfriend type, Vicky type character where it's just a looming presence
We're
which will
talking
fuck with
about
your head.
the villain. The
Yeah.
villain, because she's a part of his group, it's like, oh, does he care about her too much? And it almost feels like he does care about her a little too much. It's like favoritism, but it's grooming.
Yeah. It's grooming, and it's a epic testing out waters which the groomer does at all
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Like
But-
I made you everything, the narcissism thing, but also
You're nothing
you've-
without me.
Yeah, I made you everything is the you're nothing without me. At the same time, you've achieved so much, but you're nothing without me.
Yeah.
Like that. The balls of this guy to just walk up into her house.
Yeah.
That is also right. I came into your house, into your bedroom, and had this discussion with you, and then he leaves. Like that is the amount of mind control he has on her, and her breaking through that is also.
I think anytime somebody wants to do a fucking messed up villain,
Yeah.
they're not even thinking about a second person. They're always thinking Gulshan Devaya.
Yeah.
I think we saw a lot of women kicking ass on screen.
Yeah.
A
And June
lot.
was a very, very giving month for us.
June, I like to call this the June of movies.
Yeah.
Because we saw a bunch of movies. Even in Bollywood, like there are times like Decembers, etc., where actors like to line up like big ticket releases.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that ever since I was a kid. Like we do Diwali and December, Christmas release, etc. But it's always like either, it's like Shah Rukh, Salman, Amir. Each one would have a release. And it's all very male-led, you know. And then the Salman Khan movies wind up being really misogynistic.
Yeah.
And the Shah Rukh Khan movies are a touch more balanced, sometimes very, very balanced. But even then, the girl is not the lead. So something is just a little thoda empty, you know, little lacking for
like,
us.
In Hindi movies, though, I do understand that. Like,
Every
if a
time
girl has to get a standalone film, she's either a whore or a spy. There is no other middle.
I don't know if this was the intention of June, but
June was a nicely star-studded female month for us.
we're so broke after this.
I mean, until August again, I feel. So, एक महीने का gap है. We'll go watch EETHA.
We will, oh God, that's actually going to be like one
And
of
not
those-
only EETHA, the Toxic also I'm going to watch.
Oh my God.
So 4 people are there, like Huma, Qureshi, Nayanthara.
Okay.
Why would we not watch
So anyway,
I would at
for a generational movie run in
Yeah.
June, this has actually been a really fun sequence of podcast episodes. Now we get back to regularly scheduled programming, which is anything ever.
This month was taxing for us. And we've still only watched half of the
The
films.
perils of content creators. Are you
Yeah.
fucking kidding me right now? These are champagne problems, okay? But until next time, we'll see you back here. Toodles! Bye!
This was the intention of June. June was a nicely star-studded female month for us. We're so broke after this. I mean, until August again, I feel. So, एक महीने का gap है. We'll go watch EETHA. Like, oh God, it's actually going to be like one. And not only EETHA, the Toxic also I'm going to watch. Oh my God. So 4 people are there, like Huma, Qureshi, Nayanthara. Okay. Why would we not watch? So anyway, for a generational movie run in June, this has actually been a really fun sequence of podcast episodes. Now we get back to regularly scheduled programming, which is anything ever. This month was taxing for us. And we've still only watched half of the films. The perils of content creators. Are you fucking kidding me right now? These are champagne problems, okay? But